And hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft. It's Brocken here, and in the last episode we didn't crash into a tree, we expanded the village right here with this little house. And it got me thinking, for this one and the last video before that I'm kind of lacking some interiors. So there's one build over here which I did the very start of the series, or might be built before the series. I can't actually remember. But it's empty, completely empty, and it's meant to be a bakery. But well, you're not going to be selling much in there. And there's also this build, which does have an interior, but no one to sell anything. And you've also got in there to add. See in here, there should be someone in there, but there's no one. So, and as well, just remembered, there is someone else which is meant to be there. So we've got all these spots for villagers and some interiors, but no one there. So let's get this interior built first, and let's get some villagers put in. So I'm going to break in, yeah, and when I break in, it will be all built. And it's done. So we've got a nice little interior in here. Got this kind of pattern. I feel like this kind of gives off bakery. I don't know why. Got the signs, I guess. What's for sale. And then nothing around there. We just ignore that. Little oven. Do need to get a banner on there, but I'll get that in a minute. That's over in the castle. Little table. Yeah, and just a nice little simple interior, and that needs to go. Oops. Grab that. But if we come out here though, now see in there, and you can see, look at that. I might put painting or something on the wall, but just a nice little simple interior. And yeah, I just grabbed all of it. I need to get, what I should do is I should get all the resources that I use a lot. Like get a full thing of dark oak and all that and put it in my ender chest to save me having this. Yeah, maybe not the best storage. But if we come down here and we walk along this street, you can see that this looks a little bit empty and a little bit barren. So I think we should put something here, and I think it should be very bright, very yellow even. Oops. Yeah, just something right here. So let's first go and gather some resources though. So we need some yellow terracotta, some bamboo, spruce this time, and some other bits and bobs. So let's go and get some of that stuff. And with those resources gathered, we can get straight into the first build. Well, I guess second build, but the first house of the episode. Well, actually, the only house. I'm not building anymore. This is doing one a week. You know, I can only do so much. But if we get into this one, the yellow one. So let's just fly right into it, and I'll go into a time lapse. And it is finished. Got the yellow house in the main street done. Got this little kind of back bit here, just kind of some stuff piled up, and then inside, again, absolutely nothing. But I have put torches inside, which is something I usually don't do. Then you go in and you blow up everything because there's a creeper in there. Got a nice big chimney. And I think it blends in quite well with the kind of brightness of this village or the city. It's gonna be all quite bright, different colors. That's been open. But if we go into freecam, you can see quite nice shape, interesting, a bit more interesting than usual. And it's actually lower, so I can have to merge that together. It's a bit awkward to do, but you can kind of imagine like a little street coming down this way, so you can only see this little bit. That's got a house there, and a house here, or some kind of job possibly even there. You see, I quite like the kind of shape of it. A bit more interesting than what a lot of buildings are. Because I do like to try and make it all quite unique. Not necessarily perfect in some ways, you know. A bit kind of higgledy-piggledy, I guess would be the word. But, you know, it's meant to be kind of fever dream almost, this place. Or going to be. It's quite like the idea of... I tried it ages ago in another world and it didn't work at all. But now we got some more colors like that, and you know, we didn't have all the wood stuff, we didn't have the bamboo, we didn't have cherry. It didn't really work. Even copper I don't think we had. It didn't really work, but nowadays you got a lot more blocks to use. But yeah, that is this build finished. So we can get some villagers in. So first villager I think should be the music shop. Get him in there. I don't know what job I should give him. I guess it can be barrel because he's that. But let's go to the, I guess, sewer actually. Whatever his name is. If you have a name, in the comments. Or the iron golem. But if we just drop down here. Into our villager breeder. So we can take this guy because he doesn't have a job. So let's get him to the music shop. And the first villager is in. Well, second villager. Actually, like, 10th villager. But you get what I mean. So he's in his little spot. He's jumping for joy, definitely. Definitely jumping for joy. Not trying to get out at all. Yeah, just so happy. So happy. Definitely. But we have another spot right over here. In this bit, which we need to do a wee bit of tweaking to get it right, I think. You might be able to get out of this bit. I'll try and get that to work right. I can put a bar across there and maybe put one across there as well. But let's get this one in. And there is the second one. A lot easier than the first. And yeah, I made sure to put a trapdoor behind there so he can't run off. And I just had to change this to be like that. But he's in. He's the bartender, and of course he's a fisherman because there's so many barrels about that has to be a fisherman. But I think this is the last one, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, there's one up there as well. So let's get this one in, which might be a bit more difficult than the other ones. Because he's going to be somehow in here without just leaving for that door. Well, we'll try and work it out. Let's get this one in. So let's double spin and get him in. And he is in as well. And I just did this, which does seem to work, I think. And again, just some trapdoors on the other side of that. And I did manage to get him to be the toolsmith, which is good. But some dreadfully sad news. I found a zombie carrying that. This can only be from one thing. That zombie, in fact. Our golem is dead. He's somehow died. I don't even know how he managed to... He was in here. He was pretty safe. And then he must have wandered over there. But he's died. He didn't even get a name. Anyway, let's get another one. Okay, and we just put this one on top. And get the shears. It should be there. And there we go. Iron Golem point 2. I'll put this in there so I can repair him. I just realized I've built him with other dead iron golems. Yeah. Maybe not the nicest. I need rockets. Right, well, with him in and him built, we can go into the last one. Where's he? Oh, he doesn't have a bed, does he? I can maybe I could actually, it'd be quite cool. If I actually do this interior here, remove this and just move the trapdoor to here, he could actually have a bedroom in here and actually just stay in there the whole time. Because all of these don't have beds. I need to kind of, this guy, well, not this one, but the other one kept wandering off. I want them around here. Do need some torches though. That's maybe another side bit to the next episode, is put lighting around the entire village, because it's a little bit dark in places. But with my rambling over now, we can get straight into the last one, which is the bakery. So let's fly in. Right, I know this is probably not new, and I knew you could weed boats, but I never knew you could weed them up like that. Because before you would have to break the boat and then try and get the villager up there and then put the boat again. My brain. This would have saved so much time, knowing this. Oh, it broke. But like, most of the time you can kind of get it up, almost. Obviously this time it's not going to work now that I'm recording, but... Why is this not working anymore? Why is that? That is not very... Or I think you have to jump. Okay, but if you jump while it's going up, you can... This would have saved so much time. And then you can just boat in the bits which you need to. Not happy. Do that, and then you should just go through. Obviously, you want to go for that one. Why are you like this? There's nowhere to go now. Through this door. There's actually not there isn't really a baker, is there? Anyway. Come on, just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Like, take 2 steps. Oh wait, you've done it. I've done it. Here we go. That there. That there. And he's gonna find a way out. And the only thing I'm worried about is this, if he can actually do that. But we've got the baker in. I might put a smoker or something in, that might work. But I hate villagers so much. But they add a lot of life. So, with that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. In the water.